Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, and today I'm continuing my playthrough of Skies Above Britain. We are up to Chapter 3, Patrol number 8. Final patrol of Chapter 3. Alright, I don't think I have any preliminaries to go over this time, so let's jump right into the action. We'll start off by rolling for our random event. Chapter 3 table here. Oops. Okay, we got a 6. Hey, there we go. New men. That's what we need. See what this entails. I don't remember if we've had this one already. Here it is. You're allowed 2 replacement point pilots this patrol instead of 1. If using the graduated replacement table, optional rule, which we are, roll 2 dice and select one of the numbers rolled. Okay, I think we did have this before, but this was when we were still rolling for replacements at the end of the previous patrol, and then we ended up getting this, but I had already rolled well enough to get 2 replacements, so there wasn't any need to roll a second die. But now that and this is one of the reasons why I've decided to defer replacements until the beginning of the patrol after we roll for the event, because this can potentially affect that. So, all right, so we get to roll 2 dice on our pilot replacement table. And again, we're short 6 pilots, so we'll be on this top row here. So hopefully at least one of the dice comes up a 9 or better. We can get 2 replacements. Ooh, yes, just barely. So 2 replacements coming in. All right. Let's see who they are going to be. So we bought, our most recent one was Tremble. Still waiting for someone to make that James Bond connection there. If we don't have an answer by, or if no one responds by once we start Chapter 4, I'll go ahead and spill the beans on that one. Okay, let's see. We're missing a C, a G, a K, an L, and an M. Why don't we... I don't think we've ever replaced our M pilot. That was originally Brian Miller, designer of Silent War. One of my other favorite solo games. So yeah, let's get a new M pilot in there. And I think for our second one, we just lost Kershaw. He got transferred to another squadron. We've had a couple of C's already. I think we've had a couple of L's already too. Why don't we do a G this time? We'll have another G pilot. Actually, I think we've had a couple of those too, but that's all right. Now these are both going to be green. So let's let me come up with some names for them, and then I'll be right back. All right, for the G name, I think we got to go with Grant. I mentioned a couple episodes ago, if you haven't checked them out yet, YouTuber named Grant OS. Currently doing a playthrough of Skies Above Britain. So go check him out. And I know that's technically his first name, but that works as a last name as well. Not sure how British it is, but we're going to go with it. Little nod to him. All right, and then for our M pilot, we're going to go with Merrington. I liked the sound of that name, so I picked it. I've just been using, excuse me, British surnames entry on Wikipedia to get some name ideas here. All right, so those will be our two new pilots. All right, so let's figure out our pilot roster then for this patrol. Let's see who all is currently fatigued. We know Doggett is, because he was fatigued last time, so we don't want to fly him again. Actually, he goes over here. Okay, so Fitzroy's no longer fatigued. We don't want to fly Doggett again because then he'll be exhausted and have to go to the hospital. Who else is fatigued? Tremble and Upchurch. All right. Oh, I need to mark these guys as being green. Okay, good deal. Surprised there was only two others that were fatigued. So I got a pretty good rotation going here now. We only flew, what was it, 6 the previous patrol, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. All right, not this last one, but the one before that. All right, let's see who we want to send on this one then. I think we will, let's go ahead and make Ellsworth and White their respective section leaders for this patrol. I want to get my green pilots in there. So let's give Merrington to red section. And we'll give Grant to blue section. And then that leaves, we're going to have enough. Looks like we might have to fly someone fatigued if we want to do a full squadron here. Let's go Osgood and Fitzroy there. And Hooley. I think we'll go ahead and fly Trumbull again, even though he's fatigued. Let's get him a fatigue marker. And yeah, I think that will be our squadron. Get those marked down. Atkinson is not flying. He had to bail out last patrol. Now that we've got our roster set, we can go ahead and bring these guys over. They'll be available next patrol. All right, so no Atkinson. Birtwistle is flying. Doggett is not. Ellsworth is. Fitzroy is. Grant is. Hooley is. Irwin is. I forgot to scratch. Jap. Mark off his. Man, Jap flew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 patrols. Shot down in Chapter 3, Patrol 7. All right, then we got Merrington is flying. Northcott, yes. Where's Northcott? No, Northcott's not. He just came back from the bailout box. Osgood. Pertwee, yes. Rathbone, yes. Trumbull, yes. Upchurch, no. White, yes. All right. So let's see. Who was our Fitzroy? Where's he at? He's no longer green. Who was our other green that we still had? Maybe we didn't have any other green pilots, did we? Oh yeah, Trumbull. This is going to be his third patrol, so one more for him, and he won't be green anymore. All right, that's our roster. Let's go to our setup. Got no one in the hospital to roll for. Get our raid vector markers set. This keeps getting tilted on me. All right. That's what we're gonna set up there. So we need 2 in the leftmost and 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Roll for our squadron's starting zone. And we got a 6, which is going to be the middle again. That's the best spot for this chapter. Then visibility. So we got an 11, so we're looking at clouds, no sun again. So don't even have to change it. Okay. With that, I believe we are ready to begin the reveal step of the raid vector sequence. Oh, here we go again. All right, so raid marker right off the bat. That's clouds, no sun for the visibility, so we don't place the escorts yet. And then we've got a flak. And our flak is a wing hit. So Grant made a suggestion. I commented a guess it wasn't last patrol because we never got to the bombers, but about how I keep forgetting to place the flak on the bomber formation when they come out. So he said he saw Scott W. when he was playing this. He would place them on top of the bomber tile stack. So I'm going to do that too. That way I don't forget to place that when we put the bombers out. So thank you for that suggestion, Grant. All right, and then we have a tally-ho opportunity. So we can try to, I think this is exactly what happened in the patrol number 6. So we can either attempt contact or, well, not attempt contact, make contact, or move to high altitude or change, move to an adjacent zone. Well, we definitely don't want to move to an adjacent zone. Problem is, if we change to high altitude, then we have to hope that we get, if there's another raid result in those two, that there's a flak on top. So I'm thinking maybe we just go for it here. See if we can try to catch them before they drop their bombs. So we have to spend a fuel to do this. And we are, or no, do we, oh wait, no, we can't make contact. That's right. Did I do that wrong last time? I hope not. For tally-ho, you're only allowed to make contact if you're already in a high position, which we're not. So actually we're not going, well, we're gonna spend the fuel. I don't think you have to spend the fuel if you want to make contact actually, but you have to already be high in order to do that. So we're gonna spend the fuel to move high, so that if we do get, or no, I don't think that's what we did. I think what we did was we decided to, because this is going to end the raid vector sequence, or not the raid vector, the reveal step. And then we're going to have an opportunity to make contact normally. And in that case, since we're adjacent, it doesn't matter if we're high altitude or not. So let me back this off again, although it's going to move here in a second. Okay, I think I finally got this straight. So what we're actually going to do is not take advantage of the tally-ho. This will end the reveal step. And then we go to the fuel step, where we do spend a fuel. Then we can make contact. And yes, we will do that. So now we're going to roll on the in adjacent zone contact table, which does require spending of fuel. And most likely another one. We got a -2 modifier this time though, because it's clouds. I think last time we did this it was only haze, so that's gonna kind of stink too, but here we go. Let's hope for a nice high number. Not that high. At least we're not down in this range though. So we can come in tail low, or we can adjust to come in flank low. Well, tail low has those. Of course, we don't know where the escorts are, so that doesn't help inform our decision, but we've got the penalty of having to draw 2 return fire markers, and if I remember right, there's quite a few return fire results coming in from the tail. So I think we'll spend that extra fuel, since we got plenty of it. to adjust to flank low. And again, we have nothing to base our decision on whether to come in port or starboard, so we'll just come in port because it's easier for me in the bomber area if we're on port. And that will be that. So we then break out of the RAID vector sequence, go to the interception sequence, and give our orders. Now, I think when we make contact, we do place the escort. We do place the escorts. Even if it's cloudy. Let me just make 100% sure. Contact. If escort station markers are not yet on the map, place them there now. Okay, so get our chart back here again. And again, we're hoping for a nice high number here. Preferably something that's doesn't involve port. 12. Ooh, I think that's the best we can do. So we got 109s heavy and high and trailing. High station and trailing station. Okay. Let's see what that affords us. We're coming in flank low. The ones in high are a problem. Trailing is not a problem at all, but that high. So I guess based on where we were, that wasn't our best results we could have gotten. I think I guess there isn't any. I mean, we would have been better off if they had been at port, to be honest, but because yeah, all the results involve either high or port. Yep, so anyway, so in that case, I'm thinking we may want to at least take a shot at intercepting those in the high station, because an 8 or better will be able to suppress them, and that'll give us a much better chance, much better chance of intercepting the bombers. In fact, I'm wondering if maybe we don't send an entire flight, because we don't really need the points at this point. I'm more just looking to at least get something out of it. So yeah, let's we don't have Upchurch, so he would have been good for this because he has that Bloodhound ability. I'm thinking we send B flight has more veterans in it. So yeah, let's split up into 2 flights. going to give A flight a bomber's order. We're going to give B flight an escort order. And then for the intercept phase, we resolve the escort order first. So B flight is going to go after the high station. So let's see what their interception. Of course, I guess, yeah, it's going to be the same either way. I was thinking it might be good to have more veterans in the flight that goes after the bombers, because then with the pluck they could have a better chance, but you can only use section leaders for pluck anyway, so it wouldn't make a difference. All right, so we're looking at the intercept escort chart. We are at flank low, and we need a 12, and they have to spend a fuel. So if we get a 12, we'll get an RAF advantage. Otherwise, it'll be a Luftwaffe advantage. So that's blue and yellow sections have to spend a fuel. By the way, they go lost contact. And then we need to get a 12. We do not. It'll be Luftwaffe advantage cards for them. Starting with blue section. These are 109s coming from a heavy station. Nope. So tailed by a swarm. All right. We're going to turn into them. And even if it's unsuccessful, Mr. White will be able to use his pull tight privilege to make it successful. So let's get our tailed card. And section against 109s. Yes, the turn is successful and they vanish. Look at that. Kind of hoping to get a kill, but that's all right. Then we have yellow section. Okay, it's not clear haze, so we don't have to worry about hunting the sun. And they are also tailed by a swarm. And they are going to likewise perform a turn. I'm going to try to get a kill here to help out our suppression chances. Section 109. Okay, the turn is successful. They vanished as well. A green pilot becomes loose, but Irwin is going to say, stay close. Stay close there, Mr. Trimble. All right, well, that was good result there, other than I would have liked to have gotten a kill, but it is what it is. So now we make our suppression check, and we do have Which actually, I wonder if, so I can use pluck on a suppression check. I wonder if I should have maybe saved, you know, let Tremble go loose and go lost contact, and save that privilege for the pluck, because actually he's fatigued anyway, so it might not be a bad idea to just let him head home. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to reverse my decision here. So Irwin has not used his privilege yet. And Tremble is loose, which makes him lost contact. And we'll just have him RTB when we get to the chase phase, or step. I guess it's a step. All right, this should have come off because we're resolving that. We'll wait and see if we need that or not. Hopefully we do. All right, so we sent between 4 and 7 fighters, and it's a heavy station. So we need a 5 or higher to suppress them, a 9 or higher to suppress and reduce them. Oh, come on. Wow. All right. Well, this patrol may end up finishing like the previous one did, with no interception of the bombers. All right, so we're on to resolving the bombers command or order. So we do an interception check. We're coming in from flank low, so we have to spend a fuel. It's going to be red and green sections. And because we're not able to suppress the escorts in the high station, we have to roll an 11 or better. We can spend a fuel to re-roll. If we get at least a 9, we can use pluck to make it successful. Ooh, 6. So let's spend that fuel. Yes, 9. All right, so they spent a fuel to re-roll. And with that 9, and using Rathbone's pluck privilege and Ellsworth's pluck privilege, we make that an 11. And it's a successful interception. Let's find out. Because it was cloudy, we didn't get to know this yet. Normally, once you make contact, you roll for this, but because of the clouds, we deferred it until we intercepted them. All right, so we got red die for the bomber type, blue die for the formation. And we got a 7, which is going to be Dornier's again. And a 9 is this configuration here. I was hoping for this one again. All right, so a little pyramid formation there with 9 tiles. So let me get that set up. All right, there we have it. And it worked. I didn't forget this because it was on top of the stack. So let's see where this is going to go. I guess we'll start here and just kind of go around clockwise. So 1 through 9. And then the second die will be which bomber it is. 9. And it's 3, so it'll be the port side bomber. So So right here. Good, because that's where I was planning on starting. I'm thinking we focus on these two tiles here to try to isolate them, which will get us 3 victory points. I don't see anywhere else where isolating 2 tiles would give us 3, so that seems like the best place to start. All right, so I think we will, let's see, who's green? Let's get these markers out here on them so I know who our green pilots are. So red 3 is a green pilot, and that's it. The others are all in B flight. And none of these guys are fatigued either. Both veterans have already used their privilege though, so it doesn't really matter who goes where. So I think we're going to do like we did before. So we want this one to be the last one that we do so that this wing counts for both. So I think we'll just put a couple there. Or, no, we want more here. Let's put 4 on this one. Let's actually divide it up a little bit here. Like this. And then we'll put a couple up here. And we'll do this one first so that these all count toward it. Hopefully get that isolated, and then we isolate this one, and that'll break those 2 off. All right, let's go for that. Let's get our bomber deck. And we'll start with red leader. Yeah, I wish now I'd have just sent everybody after the bombers. We had potentially another +2 to the roll, so we would have succeeded on a 7 or better. And probably be able to get a lot more done here. All right, so we're top row, starboard or port. 7 is going to isolate it. We have just enough, and he goes low ammo. So this tile is now isolated. Let's mark that down. Chapter 3, Patrol 8, 1 Keta isolated. All right, then we have red 3. Isolated tile now, return fire and distress on a 4. No, we only have 2. So he just gets a return fire for his trouble. And it's a hit, engine 5. All right, let's go green leader. Let's start over here, actually. Let's do red 2 next. Jammed, collision, and 13. No way. So he gets jammed guns and has to roll for a collision check. Nope. Then green 3. Well, he gets a damage, but 9's not going to be enough for 9. low ammo, and return fire. So the damage is a wing, potentially catastrophic. We need an 11 or better. Ooh, nope. Low ammo. Come on. And return fire. Hit. Wing 7. All right, green leader. Ooh, this is going to do it. We'll resolve this. I guess it won't matter because we've already got the 6. And if he goes down or gets destroyed, there'll still be 1 there. So let's do the hit or the damage first. Oh, see, he does fall out. So it's well, maybe. It's a fuselage. Falls out on an 11 or better. Yep, he does. Well, that bomber is fallen. Need some Dorniers. Here's one. And then he goes low ammo, return fire. Green pilot would take a hit. He's not green, so good. And then, of course, the disruption result. And this tile is isolated. I guess technically we should have done that first because I guess since this one's fallen out now, this fighter is no longer engaged with this tile. So yeah, we did the disruption first. And now he's on him now. Actually, neither of these are engaged with that tile. I assume that's how you treat that. So yeah, you definitely want to do the disruption first if you already have it, because if they fall out, then you won't have it. All right, so that's 2 more Keta isolated. And then we have green 2 to resolve. And we're now on a lone bomber. And he gets a damage result and low ammo. And it's an engine that would have caused it to fall out, but they already are. Okay. So then everyone disengages. We have some hit checks to perform. So we'll do a red die for the 7, blue die for the 5. And they both are trivial. Okay, so at this point, of course, these guys should be off. We resume back to here, so then we didn't have any cruise orders, so we go to the entropy phase, and we're back to the bomber formation area. So we could make another run at these guys, try to rack up some more points by either destroying this bomber and or isolating some more tiles. But at this point, I'm okay with just giving everyone an RTB and take our 3 points and settle for that. There's no way we're getting into the success category for this one. Where's that? We're currently sitting at 5, 16, 18, 21, 27 points. 30 points with the 3 we've gotten so far. We would have to get 11 more points to make our failure into a success. So we've avoided disaster. I think at this point we just take what we've got and hope we can do better in chapter 4. So I'm going to go ahead and give these guys, have them all RTB during the approach step of the bomber cycle. Oh, I need to leave that green on whoever that was. That was red 3, right? And so these guys all RTB. I'll just put this back on. What was his name again? Merrington? Yeah, Merrington. So they're all back here. So then we go to the reaction phase. There's nothing, or reaction step. There's no fighters in the bomber formation, so we skip that. Chase. We're going to have all these guys RTB as well. I'm not going to bother moving their blocks. And patrol complete, yes. No one in the fate box. So that's it. Short and sweet patrol. Went and did a little disrupting and headed back. So we ended up getting 3 victory points for those 3 Ketan. No one bailed out, no one was killed, or no one was wounded, and no one was killed. So for chapter 3, total, we have 30. All right. So I didn't mark it on here, but let's do that now. Our first 2 chapters for 6 patrol chapter, success is 31 to 44. So we had success results for both of these. Oops. Failure for this one. But again, those 2 successes are equivalent to an excellent, so we're on track to win as long as we avoid disaster in chapter number 4. And I didn't realize this until just recently. I heard someone mention that in chapter 4, I think we don't get 20 pilots. I think we're limited to only 16 maybe. Let's take a sneak peek at chapter 4. Pilots. Yeah, here it says right here, by autumn, Fighter Command reduced most squadrons to 16 pilots. You start the campaign with 16 pilots. I assume by campaign it means chapter. Campaign would be the whole thing, and no, we started with 20. You may field 12. If starting a new campaign, roll a die, blah, blah, blah. Here you go. If you have 17 or more pilots, scratch the excess off your roster. They are transferred and may not be replaced. Only one may be a green pilot. Well, we're currently down, we just got 2 replacements. So we're currently down 4. So we have exactly 16. So we're good. But we won't be getting any replacements for the next patrol since we're already at our max for the squadron. All right, so that is going to do it for this episode. Dragging things out so I can get everything in place of Skies Above Britain. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to get notified when I post new videos, and as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.